Welcome back to Sports Federation TV, the show where we talk about a range of different codes of sport brought to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sports Confederation. We move our attention to a little bit of water. Cullen, you well? Steph, you good?
Oh, not too bad, thanks.
You guys involved in a small sport? A small sport in a big ocean?
Yeah.
What do you do, Cullen?
Well, I sail, obviously, and I'm going to head to the Youth World Championships in July. So at the moment, I'm doing a lot of training for my competition, and Steph's my coach. And at the moment, we're training on Table Bay by the waterfront. So we go out there and doing 2 to 4 hours of training a day.
A day?
Well, like 4 or 5 times a day, because I still got school matrics.
I was going to ask you if you have a life if you're training that much.
Yeah.
What kind of boat are you on?
So I'm on a laser radial at the moment, which is the youth class for this boat. So since the Youth World Champs, the boat has 3 sets of sails. It has 4.7, which is the entry level for smaller size kids, and the radial, which is under 18. And then when my coach Steph, and you want to go to the Olympics and stuff, you go on to a full rig or Mark II. And so yeah, I'm on the radial at the moment.
Steph, how has this young man progressed since you've been with him?
So I started with Cullen last year, just before Youth Worlds. I think we had 2 months before Youth Worlds where I was approached by Cullen and his family to help the team out. So yeah, last year was a big eye-opener for myself. It was my first time going into a Youth Worlds as a coach. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
And the amount of progress that both sailors have made is phenomenal, actually. The amount they learn at such a young age is also...
So there's 2 people on this boat? Or is it individuals?
It's individuals, but like any sporting code, you have a boy and a girl.
Yes.
And so at the Youth World Champs, you have a boys' fleet, and then you have a girls' fleet as well.
Okay. So how long have you been sailing, young man?
Well, I started sailing my whole family sailed basically. So when you're small, you have a boat, that small boat for really. And yeah, I got chucked on there in 20 knots of breeze at Zikaflay and Grassy Park. And they decided to let me go sail.
Alone?
I wasn't really sailing. I was bumping my head on the boom, stuck in the reeds.
Yeah.
But that's how I was introduced, and I've only really started sailing competitively for the last 2-3 years.
How has your life changed since you've been sailing?
I would say it's taught me quite a lot when it comes to time management, because with school, obviously, and sailing, and also sailing you're not just on the water, you're off the water getting fit as well. So you juggling quite a lot of activities in such a small time gap. So it's definitely taught me to manage time and stuff. And it's also taught me to really focus, have a goal, set your goal, hit targets, working up to that goal and focus. So
I mean, you in matric, you participate in a code that is not well known. How do your peers feel about you being in a sailing community as opposed to a rugby or cricket or any other code of sport?
I think they're quite interested because obviously it's not very well known. So firstly, they want to know about it because they're like, okay, we don't really know about it. It's also quite a lot of questions and stuff, but there are a lot of questions obviously because it's not known, and it's not like a rugby where it's televised all the time, or every school has it as a main sport. But at SACS, we do have sailing as a sport, which is also helpful. So there is a sailing community in the school. So a few people know, and generally you find your close friends will be supportive with you and support you along the way and always be there for you. So
at least there's a bit of a community in your school.
Yeah.
Unlike other schools where there's none.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. Sailing's trying to grow, and you grow through the schools. You grow through youth.
Definitely.
So.
Steph, sailing is one component on the water. What else do you do other than just be on the water as a coach? What instructions do you give this young man?
I try focus a lot on his diet and his time management, and his fitness. Those are the 3 things I try focus on. Is try get him to train in on time, make time for school, watch what he eats. It's also very important, his diet, not consuming too much sugar throughout the day, and going to gym with him, showing him what exercises he needs to do, getting him stronger, getting him fitter.
And on the water, are you on the boat with him when he's sailing, or how does it work? Explain it to me.
I follow behind him on a motorboat.
Okay.
So I'll follow behind him most of our training sessions on a motorboat, taking video and stuff like that, and trying to adjust things as I see them with my eye and that. And then every now and then, maybe once or twice a week, I'll jump on a boat and sail against him.
Ah, that must be fun.
Yeah.
Who wins, I wonder?
Well,
It depends what the wind's like.
okay. So usually he sails on obviously a full rig.
Yes.
But we've had 2 tussles on like my boat, and I came out in the one, and he came out on the other one. So it's 50-50 at the moment.
Does it spur you on to beat your coach?
Oh, it's a bit of competition at the end of the day, and bragging rights is always good fun.
So what's the cherry on the top? If you win, what must Steph do? Press ups? Is it like that kind of relationship yet?
Oh no, it's just
bragging
just
rights in the car.
bragging rights in the car and at home.
Good banter.
Yeah,
Okay.
We live with each other, so if one of us like gets it on top of each other, you're not going to hear the end of it
until the next round.
Yeah, until the next showdown.
And how often are you guys on the water 4 or 5 times a week?
Yeah, around about 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah.
And then do you have to take lug the boat all over the show, or is it moored in Table Bay? How does it work?
So actually at Granger Bay Powerboat Club, that's our facility where we launch from, and basically the boats are hauled there, and we launch from there. So you just your boats stay on shore, you rig up on shore, and then you launch from the dock basically, and that's where we sail from, and that's like our sort of center. And because the conditions here, like at Table Bay, are fantastic.
Well, how do you define fantastic in terms of wind? What makes it fantastic?
Wind, obviously, like there's always the nice thing is in summer Cape Town's like generally a southeaster, it's windy, but in winter like it's variable. That's the nice thing, and also you get different conditions. So if you get a southeaster, it's flat but choppy, and now you go to westerlies, and now you have this big swell rolling through, and the conditions change. So it really like works on all your aspects of your type of sailing, because you can adjust to the different conditions.
How do you take these local conditions when you travel internationally? Does it help you knowing or add to your experience? Or
Well, the thing is with conditions is that there's always a set technique for conditions. Like if it's choppy and windy, there's a different technique for when it's light and flat. Like it ranges. So generally, the nice thing about Table Bay is you get that. You can go from choppy and windy to light and flat to any conditions, which builds the basis for your technique overseas. But also every sailing venue is different. Like the wind is a variable constant. You have land around it that's going to affect it. It's all changing due to temperature and that. So you also have to learn and adapt quickly when you're there.
Give us one or two of the highlights of your international travels.
I'd say one of my first event was like an eye-opener when I went to Holland for the World Championships. It's like when I just started to sail competitively. I didn't do very well, but it was a big eye-opener because it just showed me what competitive sailing was. And then the last Youth World Champions I took a part in, because I did okay, but it taught me a lot. So I went there, I competed enough. I did compete, and it taught me a lot, like about myself and about like how I can actually get up and what I've got from going overseas and competing.
Steph, what do you think his chances are for July?
We've sat down and discussed a couple ways how we want to do this, and we've set a benchmark of top 12, and worst case scenario we want him to be top 15. That's the worst week he'll sail ever of his life.
Top 15 in the world, worst week.
Yeah.
Tough.
So we're setting the bar we're setting the bar quite high.
Yeah.
Got high expectations, trying to get him onto that level. And if a week goes very well, we want to be in the shot with winning a medal.
What do you need to do between now and then to get to that middle stage?
We just need to iron out a few areas and just reduce the amounts of mistakes that are made on a race course. That's about it. Otherwise, his fitness is very good, and just one or two things like that makes a big difference. Otherwise, he's pretty much got it. He knows what's expected of him, and he's done it before. So it's not going to be a big shock to him when he's on that start line come July at Youth Worlds.
I agree with you. Cullen, knowing last year, what's different between last year and this year thus far?
Build up, firstly. Last year we had a very short build up. I went to the event, I qualified, but I didn't know if I was going to have a coach or anything. Like, it was a stress at the last minute trying to get it together. So definitely build up since I started training at the beginning of this year to the lead up of the event. So definitely build up's changed. Even though in a year I've matured, because last year I was quite new to international competitions, but now from last year I've got a few competitions behind my belt. I know what to expect. So definitely mentality, and then also just overall time on the water is the most important, because the more you do something, the better you're going to get. Something's going to happen. So
podium's there. You can smell it already.
It's in my grasp.
There
That's
we
the
go.
hope.
There we go. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. Good luck.
Thank you.
When is the competition?
It's in July, I think.
The 8th to the 15th of July.
Can we follow it, as will it be on social media?
It will be on the World Sailing page, and if you follow South African Sailing, they should have updates during the regatta.
Cool. Good luck. We'll see you here end of July with a trophy and a medal, non-negotiable, based on what your coach has said.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Good. Good luck, gentlemen. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching Sports Federation TV, the show that talks about a range of different codes of sport. Catch us every week on a Friday at 9 o'clock, Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock. Have an amazing weekend. See you soon.